What if I told you there's a coin in your pocket right now that could change your life forever? Imagine this. You're doing laundry, cleaning out the couch cushions, or maybe grabbing a soda at a gas station, and there it is. A plain old quarter. But this isn't just any coin. This is a 1998 P Washington quarter. And believe it or not, it could be worth up to $1 million. Now hold on. Before you sprint to your coin jar, let me explain why this everyday coin is turning regular folks into millionaires. This story isn't about luck. It's about hidden value, missed opportunities, and the chance to flip what looks like 25 cents into a financial legacy. Stick with me, because in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to show you how this single coin became one of the most sought-after Washington quarters in American history. I'll break down the errors, the rarity, the demand, and how you can spot one before someone else does. You don't want to miss the twist at the end. It involves a collector, a flea market, and $1 million mistake. Now, ever wonder why your neighbor suddenly bought a boat last summer? Might be time to check his coin collection. The 1998 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, with over 896 million pieces produced. That alone might make you think it's common. And you'd be right, but here's the twist. Among those hundreds of millions, there are a handful of error coins, mistruck coins, and high-grade examples that slip through the cracks, and those are the goldmines. Collectors call these conditional rarities. Coins that look ordinary, but are in such pristine, untouched condition, or contain such bizarre mint errors, that they're worth fortunes. One such 1998 P quarter, in near-perfect MS67 plus condition, sold for $1 million in a private auction. Why? Because there are almost none like it. The details on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, even the rim edge must be razor sharp. Some 1998 P quarters were struck slightly off-center. These quirky errors are extremely rare and often command 5 or 6 figure prices. This means the date, lettering, or profile is doubled. A true collector's dream. Some coins are missing their outer nickel layer, exposing the copper core. These minting mistakes skyrocket the coin's value. Now here's where it gets spicy. A Florida man found one of these mint error quarters in an old parking meter pouch he bought at an estate sale. He paid $5 for the whole pouch. That quarter sold $4,732,000. Ever feel like life's been shortchanging you? Maybe you've been sitting on treasure all along, because coin collectors aren't just hobbyists anymore. They're investors, hedge fund managers, celebrities, and millionaires looking to diversify. In the world of high-end coin collecting, rarity equals value. And nostalgia? That's the bonus. This generation grew up with Washington quarters. And now they're paying top dollar to own the best examples from their childhood. You might say these folks are buying back a piece of their past. And paying 6 or 7 figures to do it. It's like Pokemon cards, but for grown men with Rolexes and retirement funds. As more people learn about coins like the 1998 P Washington quarter, the rarer ones are vanishing from the open market. Collectors are hoarding them. Private auctions are driving prices higher. And average Americans are waking up to the realization that they've been tossing money into vending machines for years without knowing it. Every time you handed someone a quarter, you might have been giving away a down payment on a house, or a new car, or early retirement. And here's the fear kicker. Once the big players swoop in, your chances of finding these coins in the wild drop to zero. That's why right now, is the time to dig through your change. Before it's too late. You don't need a lab. You don't need to be a coin expert. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and Washington's profile. If the letters or numbers look like they're shadowed or doubled, that's a good sign. If the coin feels unusually smooth or shows a copper layer on both sides, you might have an error coin. Look up recent sales of 1998 P quarters. Compare pictures and grades. If it looks promising, send it to a third-party grader like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can turn a $100 coin into a $100,000 coin. Your coin doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be different. A retired trucker in Ohio went to a flea market with $20 in his pocket. He bought a jar of mixed change for $10. Inside was a shiny 1998 P quarter with a strange doubling on the front. He took it home. Googled it. Sent it for grading. 6 months later, he got a check for $1 million. He paid off his house. Took his wife on a cruise. And now he teaches others how to identify rare coins online. It's easy to ignore coins. We treat them like background noise. Loose change. Junk drawer clutter, but the truth is, coins are a window to wealth if you know what to look for. This isn't about becoming a coin collector overnight. It's about becoming coin conscious. Turning passive moments into opportunities. You don't need to chase crypto, gamble in the stock market, or wait for your boss to give you a raise. Your first million might already be in your house, and here's the emotional truth: we all want to leave something behind. A legacy. A better life for our families. Or are you going to flip that jar upside down tonight, grab a magnifying glass, and start hunting for your fortune? There are only so many rare 1998 P quarters out there. And every day, one of them gets lost forever. Tossed into a vending machine. Given away at a garage sale. Forgotten in an old coffee can. If you're serious about transforming your life with rare coins, then hit that subscribe button right now. I've got more videos coming your way with tips, strategies, and insider knowledge on the next coin set to explode in value. Drop a comment if you found a rare coin. Share your story. You never know who you'll inspire. Have you ever tossed a coin into your pocket without giving it a second thought? What if I told you that sitting in your junk drawer, purse, or glove compartment could be a tiny metal disc worth over $1.1 million? Yes, I'm talking about the 2018 P Voyagers quarter, a coin most Americans spent without knowing it held the key to a wealthy future. Today, we're uncovering one of the most shocking stories in modern coin collecting and how it could change your financial life forever. Before you skip ahead, ask yourself this: if you had $1 million coin in your hand, would you even recognize it? Let the thought simmer for a second, because by the end of this video, not only will you know what to look for, you'll understand how these rare coins slip past millions of people every day, and how to make sure you're not one of them. And no, this isn't a prank video. You don't need to dig through your kid's toy box with a flashlight. Well, actually, maybe you should. A retired schoolteacher, tired of rising gas prices, decides to roll up her loose change in cash, and she takes a closer look at a coin featuring a majestic scene of a lone loon gliding across the water with pine trees in the background. It's a 2018 P Voyagers quarter. Or it's nothing special. It was the missing link in his era coin collection. He bought it for a staggering $1.1 million. That single coin paid off her mortgage, medical bills, and even financed her grandchildren's college tuition. Let's dive into what makes this particular quarter so incredibly valuable. First, let's understand what this coin actually is. Released as part of the America the Beautiful series in 2018, the Voyagers quarter honors Voyagers National Park in Minnesota. It was minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P just under the date. Millions were made, but only a tiny fraction carry the flaws and features that make this coin worth over $1 million today. These aren't just minor scuffs or discoloration. We're talking about double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, reverse lamination peels. If any of those sound like something out of a Star Trek episode, don't worry. We'll break them down in plain English. It means the design was stamped twice slightly out of alignment, creating a doubled appearance, especially on the words United States of America or In God We Trust. That's when part of the coin's surface flakes off, like a potato chip peeling, exposing the underlying metal. Collectors go absolutely nuts over that, because they happen during the minting process, not later through damage or wear. That means the coin may look uncirculated, still shiny, crisp, and clean, but worth $500,000 to $1.1 million. Think about that for a moment. You could be walking around with a once-in-a-lifetime fortune in your car's cup holder, and here's where things get even more urgent. The window to profit from these error coins is closing fast. Collectors have gotten smarter. Auctions are more competitive. Scammers are replicating fakes. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to find the real ones, and the easier it becomes to lose out. A basic 2018 P Voyagers quarter face value. A mint state specimen with light wear, $25 to $50.1 with rare errors in pristine condition, recently sold for $1.1 million at private auction. This is not a myth. The auction house confirmed the sale. It made headlines among elite collectors, and here's what makes this coin a perfect storm: it's recent, so people underestimate it. It features a popular design from a beloved national park. It's tied to a limited minting batch with striking inconsistencies. It's modern, rare, and still hiding in plain sight. Now let's tie this to you, the viewer. By now, you're probably itching to dig through every coin in your house. Good. That's the point, because this isn't just about a quarter. It's about shifting your mindset. You've been conditioned to think small coins mean small money, but sometimes, the smallest things hide the greatest rewards. If you're someone who's tired of feeling behind, if you've ever looked at your bank account and wondered how to build real wealth without a lottery ticket, coin collecting is not a hobby. It's a treasure hunt backed by data, demand, and history, you don't have to buy anything you already own. The potential, you just need to know what to look for and act on it. Every day, more of these coins are being lost, worn down, or mistakenly spent. That's money disappearing yours, potentially, unless you act now. Check every 2018 quarter you have, especially those with a P mint mark. Look closely for doubling, misstrikes, and any signs of error. Use a magnifying glass or coin appraiser to verify. If you think you've struck gold, get it graded by a certified coin grading service, then sit back and prepare for offers you never dreamed possible. You owe me a soda. From the vending machine, you didn't spend that coin in. You're holding generational wealth, hidden in plain sight. Dig into your change jar. Revisit your sock drawer. That forgotten coin might just be your ticket to financial freedom. And if you found this video helpful, inspiring, or even mildly panic-inducing, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this with someone who still thinks quarters are just pocket change, because one coin, one 2018 P Voyagers quarter, can change everything. What if that plain old quarter sitting in your kitchen drawer right now isn't just worth 25 cents, but could actually make you a millionaire overnight? But here's the thing. A 2014 Arches National Park quarter, minted in Denver, recently sold for $1.20 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. One coin. One pocket change piece. One life-changing moment. Now ask yourself this: do you really know what's hiding in your coin jar? Before you brush it off, let me walk you through how something so ordinary became a financial legend. But be warned, once you hear the truth, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again, because if you've got a 2014 Arches quarter lying around, you just might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Stay with me, this story unfolds like a treasure hunt you didn't know you were part of. In 2014, the United Statesmen launched the America the Beautiful Quarter series, highlighting national parks. Arches National Park in Utah was one of them. Millions were minted, yes. Millions. So what makes one quarter from Denver so special? Well, here's the twist: among those millions, only a handful came out with a rare minting error that collectors go absolutely nuts for. Let's just say it's hiding in plain sight. You see, certain 2014 Arches quarters were struck using misaligned dies, resulting in a double die obverse or a ghost-like image distortion. To the trained eye, these imperfections are like gold dust. Some versions have a reverse strike-through, meaning debris on the die caused an incomplete image on the back of the coin. Combine that with sharp luster, minimal wear, and a high MS grade, and boom, you have $1 million anomaly. Imagine finding one of these in your truck's cup holder tomorrow morning. What would you do first? Quit your job? Pay off your mortgage? Buy that lake house? Because most people spend these coins without knowing. The gas station cashier gets richer, while you walk away with a tank of gas and $1 million gone forever. A man in Nebraska paid for a soda with a 2014 Arches quarter. Turns out, that coin would later appear in an auction catalog and sell for $1.2 million. So the question is, are you the next person to make that mistake? Or are you the one who's about to flip that fortune in your favor? Let me tell you something most people don't know: coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a strategy, a blueprint for building wealth with what others ignore. And with each passing year, the number of uncirculated 2014 Arches error coins shrinks. That means the value keeps climbing. The window is closing, and fast. Now let me give you the tools to act right now. Check your 2014 quarters. Look for the D mint mark below the Arches image. Examine both sides. Look for any doubling of letters, distorted outlines, or unusual texture. If you spot anything strange, do not spend it. Take it to a professional grader, and no, your buddy Joe from the bowling league doesn't count as a professional grader unless he's wearing gloves and owns a microscope. You owe it to yourself to check, because wealth doesn't always knock loudly. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your pocket. You find one, get it graded at MS67+, and it comes back with a confirmed die error. Suddenly, collectors across the country are bidding on your coin, and you're watching that bank account change faster than a slot machine hitting triple sevens. Oh yes, there are dozens more, and some of them are even rarer. I'll show you how to find them, which ones to hold, which ones to sell, and how some coins are about to explode in value this year. Because you're not just chasing coins, you're chasing freedom. Freedom from bills, from stress, from the 9-to-5 grind. You're here because something deep inside told you there's more to life, and you're right. It might already be in your hands. You've got the knowledge. You've got the curiosity. Now all you need is action. Start checking. Start collecting, and if you find something special, don't sit on it, because coins like the 2014 D Arches quarter won't stay secret for long. Subscribe now for more rare coin alerts, strategies, and stories that could change your life, and who knows, maybe next time, we'll be telling your story, because wealth doesn't just belong to the lucky, it belongs to those who pay attention. Your fortune may already be in your pocket. What if I told you that the very coin jingling around in your junk drawer could be worth more than a brand new Ferrari? This isn't a dream. This is real. And today, we're talking about the rare 1995 D Washington quarter. A coin minted in Denver that, under the right conditions, can be worth up to $1.3 million. You heard that right. $1.3 million. And now, before you chuckle and say, yeah right, I've got jars full of those, hear this: a man in Oklahoma recently sold a rare 1995 D quarter that had been sitting in his glove compartment for over a decade. He had no idea it was worth anything. But a tiny error on the coin changed everything, because this could be the most valuable 3 seconds of your entire week. This coin doesn't look different to the naked eye. And that's what makes it so dangerous to overlook. This video will open your eyes to the markings, the errors, the telltale signs, and the jaw-dropping reality behind one of the most valuable modern quarters in U.S. history. We'll break down the story, the stats, and the steps you need to take right now before someone else cashes in on what could be sitting in your own home. But first, let me take you back to a moment that changed everything. It was 1995. The world was dancing to Madonna, flipping through AOL chat rooms, and making calls on giant gray phones. Meanwhile, in the Denver Mint, an unnoticed anomaly occurred. One that decades later would be worth more than most people's retirement savings. Stick with me, because once you know what to look for, you'll never see pocket change the same way again. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might be digging through couch cushions like Indiana Jones with a flashlight. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, marked by the tiny letter D near Washington's ponytail. Most of these coins are worth face value, 25 cents. But a handful, just a handful, were struck with such specific errors, flaws, and unique qualities that they now fetch prices as high as $1.3 million on the rare coin market. And this is where things get exciting and just a little bit terrifying. This is when the design is accidentally struck more than once. It creates shadows, doubling of letters or numbers, and makes your coin incredibly rare. When the design isn't perfectly aligned. Imagine Washington's face just slightly shifted like he's dodging taxes, except now you're the one getting rich. Coins rated MS67 and above by professional grading companies like PCGS can fetch 6 figures alone. Combine that with a rare error and you're looking at a 7-figure payday. Let me throw in a quick reset here. Why does a small metal disc the size of a bottle cap suddenly turn into $1 million payday? Because scarcity plus demand equals value. And here's where it gets urgent: there are less than a dozen verified 1995 D error quarters in high mint state condition circulating today. That's it. And every day, more of these coins get damaged, lost, or overlooked. Imagine owning a lottery ticket and never scratching it. I want you to imagine what $1.3 million could do for your life right now. Clear your debt to buy that house, start a business, retire early, secure your children's future. Now imagine throwing it in a tip jar because you didn't take 5 minutes to learn the signs. And if you think your odds are slim, consider this: in 2019, a janitor in Florida discovered a rare quarter while sweeping behind a vending machine. He sold it for more than he made that entire year. Now here's the cliffhanger. What if I told you that some of the rarest errors on this coin were invisible to the naked eye and only visible under magnification? And even more shocking, some valuable varieties have no error at all. Just a perfect storm of condition, strike quality, and minting luck. We're about to dive into that. Stay with me. Step 1. Gather all your 1995 D quarters. Step 2. Inspect the mint mark. It should be crisp and clear. Step 3. Look for doubling on the words "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date. Step 4. Examine the coin's surface for scratches or wear. A clean, untouched surface is worth gold. Literally, still not sure? Send it to a grading service. The cost of grading is nothing compared to what your coin could be worth. Let me break it to you straight: there are people making fortunes off the coins the rest of us toss into laundry machines. You don't have to be a numismatist. You just have to be alert. I know what you're thinking: I'm too old for this, or this sounds like a gamble. If someone handed you a map with a red X on your property and said, "There's buried treasure under your feet," would you at least check? I've seen retirees turn pocket change into nest eggs. I've seen single moms auction off coins they found at garage sales. And I've seen regular folks, just like you, finally feel that spark of financial independence, because this isn't just about coins. It's about possibilities. About not letting potential rot in a jar. We're living in a world where information is currency. You now have the knowledge. The only thing standing between you and $1.30 million is action. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this: opportunity doesn't always knock. Sometimes it jingles in your pocket, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe, because we've got more hidden gems to uncover. Drop a comment if you find anything, and share this with someone who might be sitting on a goldmine without knowing it. You don't need a metal detector. You need awareness. You ever looked at the change in your pocket and thought, it's just a quarter? Well, you might want to sit down, because what if I told you that one ordinary looking 2020 quarter, minted in Philadelphia, and barely even 5 years old, could be worth $1.4 million? Yes. A single coin. One that you may have unknowingly used to buy a cup of coffee. And while some people are out here hunting for Bitcoin and stocks, there are everyday Americans, just like you, who are quietly cashing in on rare coins like this and walking into life-changing wealth. But here's the twist: most folks will never know they even had one. That's the real tragedy. This video is going to open your eyes. We're going to break down what makes the 2020 P Weir Farm quarter so valuable, how to identify it, why it's rare, and most importantly, how you can turn forgotten change into financial freedom. But before we dive into the deep end, here's a quick challenge for you: go grab your coin jar. I'll wait, because after this video, you'll never look at your quarters the same way again. If you're the type who throws spare change under the couch, this might be the moment you start crawling on all fours with a flashlight. No shame. That's how millionaires are born. And now let's peel back the curtain on one of the most unexpected treasures in modern U.S. coinage. Let's talk about the coin in question, the 2020 Weir Farm National Historic Site Quarter. It's part of the America the Beautiful series, and it features a striking design: a painter at his easel, surrounded by trees and landscape, a tribute to creativity and heritage. But what's really painting headlines is the Philadelphia Mint Mark version with a set of ultra-rare features. Here's where things get exciting and a little terrifying. Out of millions struck, only a handful were made with a very specific minting anomaly. These rare coins feature what experts believe to be a die clash and a double die outburst, both of which are signs of a production error. The coin wasn't supposed to look the way it does. And that mistake? It made it historic. A 2020 P Weir Farm quarter with those error markings was auctioned for over $1.4 million. The bidders were elite collectors, wealthy investors, museums. And yes, someone walked away with life-changing money. But here's what no one's telling you: these coins are still in circulation. That means one could be sitting in your change right now. Take out a magnifying glass. Flip over that quarter. A P mint mark just above the word quarter, signs of a double die outburst, especially on the word liberty and in God we trust. Possible die clashes around the shoulder of the painter. Weak strike on some lettering and extra thickness on design details. Isn't it wild that a printing error most companies would fire someone over could instead put you on the path to early retirement? But let's pause for a moment, because we're not just talking about one coin. We're talking about an opportunity most Americans are sleeping on. This isn't just about a lucky find. It's about building wealth intentionally. Most of my viewers aren't collectors by hobby. They're dreamers by necessity. They want to live debt-free. They want to pay off the house. They want to enjoy retirement with money, not worrying about money. Make it a habit. Treat it like a lottery ticket, except the odds are better and you didn't have to pay to play. Learn the dates. Learn the errors. Watch videos like this. Read coin collector forums. Knowledge is leverage. Start building a mini coin bank of potential winners. Even if they're not million-dollar coins, some error quarters can fetch hundreds, even thousands. Get coins graded by certified services. Don't guess. Certification boosts value dramatically. The clock is ticking. Every day, someone unknowingly spends a rare coin on gas or groceries. Don't be that person. Not be the one who finds it, not the one who misses it. And if someone tries to pay you in change, don't be rude. Smile, accept it, and then run to the nearest lamp with a magnifying glass. But here's the kicker: the 2020 P Weir Farm quarter isn't the only modern coin out there with million-dollar value. In fact, there's another one, just like it, minted the very same year, that's even rarer. I'll be covering that in an upcoming video. And now, you know the answer: the 2020 P Weir Farm quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a symbol of the wealth hidden in plain sight. And if you've made it this far, you're not just a casual viewer. You're a treasure hunter in the making. Subscribe to this channel for weekly tips on coin values and hidden million-dollar currency. Like this video if you found even one coin worth checking. Comment below if you've ever found or think you might have a rare quarter, and most importantly, share this video, because someone you know could be walking around with $1 million coin and not even know it. This is more than a hobby. It's a movement, from everyday coin to generational wealth. It all starts with one discovery. So keep your eyes open. You never know what's in your pocket, and trust me, fortune favors the informed. What if the next time you reach into your pocket for a handful of change, you're actually holding a small fortune? What if one seemingly ordinary coin, the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter, could be your ticket to a $1.5 million payout? Yes, you heard that right. 1 quarter. 25 cents. Worth more than some luxury homes in the suburbs. And now, before you dismiss that quarter lying in your kitchen drawer as worthless junk, ask yourself, how much could you be sitting on without even knowing it? Because today, we're diving deep into the story behind the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter dollar, why collectors are in a frenzy, why errors and oddities are skyrocketing its value, and how you could turn what looks like pocket change into life-changing wealth. This isn't hype. It's history. So lean in. Pay attention, because by the end of this video, you might never look at a quarter the same way again. When was the last time your spare change could buy you a new car, a paid-off mortgage, or even early retirement? Yeah. Thought so. Let's talk about the coin that's rewriting the rules of wealth, 1 quarter at a time. Let's rewind to 2020. The world was in chaos. Lockdowns, uncertainty, global anxiety. But while most people were focused on toilet paper and Zoom calls, the US Mint quietly released a new quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series. This one honored the Salt River Bay National Historical Park, an ecological preserve in the US Virgin Islands. With its bold design of a red mangrove tree sprouting new life, it was meant to symbolize growth, hope, and renewal, a message the world desperately needed at that time. But here's where things got interesting. The Denver Mint, responsible for stamping millions of these quarters with the D Mint mark, produced several error varieties that only sharp-eyed collectors noticed. We're talking off-center strikes, doubled dies, die chips on the leaves, and roots cut breaks on Washington's head. Even a few striking anomalies so rare, only a handful have been confirmed. Now I know what you're thinking. Die chips? Cuds? Doubled dies? Sounds like a dental appointment from hell. Don't worry. We're not pulling teeth here, we're uncovering gold. Rarity breeds value, and these flawed coins, though born from mistakes, are fetching prices that'll make your jaw drop. At just last year, a pristine error-laden 2020 Salt River Bay quarter sold at auction for $1.50 million. Yes. 1 quarter. That's 6 million% return. Let that sink in while you check your couch cushions, and it gets even better, because some experts believe there's an even rarer variation still out there, one that hasn't been officially cataloged, and you just might be the one to find it. We'll talk about that potential discovery in a moment, but first, how do you know if your 2020 D quarter is the jackpot coin? A man in Indiana, mid-60s, retired, living modestly, was clearing out his garage. He found an old coffee can filled with loose change. Nothing special, right, except that buried at the bottom was a single 2020 D Salt River Bay quarter, with a visible die break across the tree roots. That same coin is now insured for over $1.20 million. He didn't find it in a safe or a bank vault. He found it under a box of screws, and now, he travels the country, talking about how one overlooked coin changed everything. So here's what you need to do starting today. Go through your change jar, your glove compartment, your junk drawer. Look for any 2020 Salt River Bay quarters with a D Mint mark. Check for visible errors, cracks, double images, raised bumps, off-center printing. Even the tiniest imperfection could be your $1 million signal. Get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. NGC. PCGS. These names matter. Collectors are actively hunting. Prices are rising. Demand is heating up. This isn't just a quarter anymore. This is a moment you find nothing and still have 25 cents more than you had before. A best case? You're flying to Vegas in first class, sipping champagne, and Googling how to spend $1.5 million. So the question becomes, will you let this opportunity slip away, like change falling through a hole in your pocket, or will you seize it, flip your story, and maybe even flip a quarter into $1 million? The window is small. The urgency is real. The wealth you dream of might already be in your possession, and that's no fantasy. That's fact, because while the world sleeps on pocket change, you're wide awake. Next week, we're talking about a 2001 P quarter that's been valued at $3.5 million, and it's got even stranger features. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Hit that bell so you never miss a chance to get ahead in the coin world, because life-changing wealth doesn't always come in a check, sometimes it comes in a coin. Thanks for watching, keep searching. Stay curious, and remember, every coin has a story. Maybe the next one will be yours.